Alright, what's going on, guys? Try back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another anime review, or manga review I should say, of Naruto chapter 599, the big reveal. This will contain spoilers. If you haven't read chapter 599, you're going to want to do so because it's an amazing chapter and probably will be one of the most memorable in all of Naruto. So there's a few things I was talking about. I did a review for a couple issues back of the manga where pretty much I wrote in the title that Tobi is Obito. And the reason for that is because essentially in that issue it pretty much told us that he got his Sharingan at that battle with Kakashi, and that, well, at least when Kakashi asked him, where did you get that eye? He said, at the battle at Kanabi Bridge or whatever it is. And then after he kept telling Kakashi, or he told him twice, I should say, that he talks too much, that all he does is talk, yada, yada. And that's the same thing that Obito had said right before he activated his Sharingan and stabbed the stealth Earth user who becomes invisible. And they were sort of fighting them at that battle. So that being said, I already kind of knew it was, but this episode was still like, or issue was still like, yes, I loved it. As soon as I started reading it, as soon as I heard it was out, I jumped on. I read the very first page you see, and it basically shows Obito. And I was like, what? I checked the chapter because I was like, is this current? You know what I mean? Is this old or what's going on here? And yeah, it was current. I was just like, yes, man. I was so excited because I wanted the story to go this way. I thought that this was the right direction for it to go, to actually make Tobi Obito for sure. I mean, we already kind of knew it was going to be that way. At least most of us did. Some people thought he would be someone like Kagami, or there was a few other, Sasuke from the future, and the other theories that people thought that made sense. That I was like, oh man, come on. Or like some people were talking about like the embodiment of evil chakra. I was like, come on, man. Like that would just be so weak. He's got to be a person with a history, I mean, and even if half his body, like I was thinking most of the time, is that, his probably part of his body that was crushed is probably not actually like human flesh. It's probably like Zetsu probably helped him out and gave him, like, I don't know, some kind of ability to, it's got to be an ability to keep his body in that state, to have it like, attached in that manner still, even though it was crushed and everything like that. And then afterwards, some people were saying that, well, the timeline doesn't exactly match up. And yeah, I mean, there's going to be more to it than just simply, that's him, it's him, he did everything. Obviously, nothing's that simple in Kishi's story like this. You have all these little twists and turns, and even the same thing with Itachi. We were first led to believe that Itachi was evil and all this kind of stuff until later revealed that he actually wasn't, and that he was, actually a fantastic standout person that is just doing the best he can in this crooked world he lives in. So obviously there's going to be more to it that I'm sure we will see revealed in probably the next issue or the next few issues. I think Madara is still going to be involved. A lot of people brought up the attack on the Leaf Village from the Nine Tails way back when, and that the age doesn't match up with Obito. And yeah, I mean, obviously there's going to be little things that that are going to have to be explained. I'm thinking maybe that was Madara, or just something of the sort. Maybe he took Obito under his wing, because obviously Obito had to learn from somebody. All these crazy things he knows and techniques he's using and everything. Obviously, he had to have learned that from someone. He's not just going to, or at least part of it from someone. You're not just going to learn all that from self-study. So, obviously he would have studied under someone like Madara. Make perfect sense. Also why he sort of, got nervous when Kabuto showed the dead body, or the zombified version of Madara there that he had. Maybe because Madara knows a lot about him, or also because everyone thought that, Tobi was Madara. So, probably more to it than just, him, not wanting everyone to know that he's not Madara. Also probably on top of it that he probably has close connections with Madara, which will be shown, I'm sure, pretty soon. And also I think Zetsu will be involved too. What I was always thinking would have made sense to me is that maybe Zetsu was with that village that Kakashi, Rin, and Obito were fighting at that battle against, because they were all like Earth users. So to me, it would make sense that maybe Zetsu would have seen what was happening and helped Obito out. Would have saved him or moved him or, gone into the ground and done something to his body to try to get him out of there or this kind of thing. Obviously, somebody saved him, or he activated his own space-time jutsu and was able to phase through it using his eye and going to the other dimension he goes to and then coming back. At least part of him. That could have been activated at that point as well, too. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways it could have happened, but to me, it's the best way to go. I always wanted him to be an actual character with a background story, and definitely this also does some other things that are really interesting in the story, too, because for a while I've been wondering, why is Kakashi still here? I mean, he's not... Yeah, he's pretty powerful. Okay, he is one of the most powerful guys from the Leaf, but story-wise, he hasn't really impacted the story for a while. There's been nothing aside from him being Team 7's teacher, obviously, instructor. He hasn't really, been too involved. And why did Kishi show us that scene all the way back when when Kakashi gets his eye? I mean, if it's that simple as just, he just got his eye, you don't need to have a flashback that lasts 6 manga chapters or 5 or 4 or whatever it was. It just seemed to me like the reason why he was showing that is because there's more to that story that he was plotting out for later, to come back to, tie in, than just, this is how Kakashi got his eye. So I think this is magnificent storytelling. I think that Kishi's really, man, he's a master. He really is a master at his art. I think that in the long run, overall, for the story, this is probably one of the coolest chapters in just story elements that we get. I mean, there's so many characters in Naruto. There's so much stuff going on, but definitely I really like this whole reveal and this whole camaraderie between Kakashi and Obito. Him finding out that it is him. Also throwing Guy in there as well, because in the flashback here, you get to see. I love so many things about this, but you've got, Rin's in there, and I love, too, also how there's, like, no words, at least in the version that I read. Like, the whole chapter was silent right up until the end. That was just masterful, man. And you basically see it, and you know what it's saying, though. Like, he doesn't have to put any words. You know, like, everything about what's going on. And also the fact that it's probably playing in Kakashi's mind, or Obito's mind. I mean, I'm not sure exactly which one, this flashback is coming from. But I just loved everything about it. It's so funny how Guy's kicking his ass, like, over and over again. He's training, he's doing the best he can, he's trying so hard, and he just keeps losing. It's a perpetual thing. And that's something about people, too, is that a lot of people forget, is the childhood. Like, how a person grew up. It's still in there, man. It's still, in your mind. When you get to a certain age later on as a person, that stuff is in there. If you're a kid and you're just perpetually used to losing like that, just losing and losing and losing, you're going to start to believe you're a loser. And when you grow up, if that doesn't change, you may have low self-esteem. You may not, want to achieve too much in life. Your dreams and your goals, you may think like, you may just say stuff, but not actually have any kinds of dreams or goals to go on. So for me, I think it's really interesting that you have this character now, Tobi, that is incredibly powerful and going to change the whole world, whether he wins or loses with this war. And you look back to his beginning, and he's just this little kid that was just perpetually, beat on and, giving it his all, trying his best, and just, is not good enough, man. You've got, like, he finally gets Chunin, and then you've got Kakashi, who's a Jonin at that point. Like, he just can't do it. He's trying to impress Rin, and it's just not working, and because he probably likes her, and Kakashi probably doesn't really. I mean, man, this is just amazing stuff. And honestly, I can understand now why anyone would say their favorite manga ever would be Naruto. I can say personally that, for me, it's a tie between Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, or Dragon Ball, I should say, and Naruto. I like them both for different reasons at this point. Obviously, Dragon Ball had the action, but Naruto has a story, man, over the long term that I think is just amazing. Now all we need for Naruto to end perfectly is for Naruto to go with Hinata and say peace out to Sakura, and Sasuke to get what's coming to him for a long-ass time. Orochimaru maybe to get a little bit more time, but then get defeated. And Kakashi, you know, I'd like to see him deliver the final blow to Obito, or maybe the two of them go down together. You know, that would be a really, really cool way to end it. But anyway, regardless, Chapter 599, Naruto, the shit is bananas. Later, dudes. Peace.